Louis, Missouri. Today's guest is, can you tell the people who you are real quick, for those that don't know who you are, for the new generation?
Oh man, Dehaven, the real Dehaven, CEO of Marcy May series documentary online. The real Dehaven, man. When I speak about my story and my life story, I'm the man behind the Rockefeller whole empire and all that. Um, yeah, I'm that guy.
Yeah, and then and tell them where you from too, OG.
Oh, definitely Brooklyn, man. You know what I'm saying? For those who, man, like I said, I don't know how much of a following or impact Jay-Z has on St. Louis, but yeah, I'm the man behind the scenes. I'm from Marcy, you know what I'm saying? Projects, same floor, 534, um, Marcy. Me and Jay, 25, 30-year relationship, friendship and all that, family ties, all of that, man. I'm the man behind the man. You feel me?
100,
And
100, for
so I
sure.
just been telling my story. So my project's been telling my story about, I ain't like a lot of people ain't never heard of who I was and what position I played, you know what I'm saying, and all of that. So
Yeah,
I take them to the records, man, and try to tell them, man, I've been in this been a story been it's been a story being told over the last 25 years in the records, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Um
yeah. So we're gonna get to that. We finna get to that. So my question to you is, when did you fall in love with hip hop though?
all right, yo, you know what? So I've been thinking about this the whole couple of weeks about when was it actually when I fell in love with hip hop, right? And it's I would say, man, because of who I am and how I am about getting money, man, because that's my mentality. That was my whole focus. That's how I come up about getting money, man. So when
Yeah,
I started thinking about when I fell in love with hip hop, I really started falling in love with hip hop when I seen the value, when I seen money in it.
yeah,
You get what I'm saying? Far as when I seen money in it, because I started I'm really thinking about this and I'm like, damn, when did I fall in love with hip hop? Or when did hip hop fall in love with me? When did hip hop fall in love with us?
yeah,
Because
yeah,
because it came from like these stories and this reasonable doubt, all this shit came from us, right? Hip hop. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But so I would say, like, I fell in love with hip hop when I started really seeing the value of money in it. But as me coming up and really like, yo, this is what I like to listen to, this is who I like to listen to, I would say, yeah, all underground like artists. Like I fell in love with Redman and Wu Tang and Coogee Rap and um all old school. This
Yeah,
this 50th generation that they talking about hip hop, I fell in love with that right there. That
yeah,
50th that right there. You know what I'm saying? Poor Righteous Teachers, you know what I'm saying? KRS One, yo, when hip
yeah.
hop, like
Right.
everything they trying to bring to the forefront now and show you what hip hop was about.
That's
That's
when
when
you
I
fell in
fell in
love
love with
with
it.
it.
That's when
That's
I
real.
fell in love with it. When that shit started to unify. When people you started to hear through their music that they share the same stories and the same thing we go through over here.
Yeah,
Um
that's real.
NWA, Ice Cube, yo, yeah, I fell in love with hip hop when it started really, when it really was hip hop.
Right, right. Okay, okay. So, Marcy Projects, can you detail the environment you saw as a kid and the beginning of being made in one of the toughest boroughs in New York, which is Brooklyn, from my perspective, at least?
Yo, it's like, yo, and I think this is for every environment, like, when we say we a product of our environment and stuff like that. Um, when I grew up in Marcy, like I felt like this is from me, and this is from, I got a book coming out, so this is part of a chapter, like how I felt from Marcy, and then
Okay.
um, Picture yourself as a child, like a child being dropped off in a jungle, right?
Hmm.
In this jungle, you know what's in this jungle. You got predators, you got that, the predators are the, let's say, drug dealers, molesters, pimps, this, that. Those are the predators. You get what I'm saying? You're gonna have that in that in that jungle, and then you're gonna have the nurturers.
Yeah,
You feel what I'm saying? You're gonna have the female nurturers that's gonna teach you this, or nurture you to do this and keep you from safety. You know what I'm saying? And these people that try to teach you from safety, you're gonna have to, some of this stuff you're gonna have to figure out on your own. And it's like you in this jungle and you have to get through this.
yeah,
You feel what I'm saying? You have to learn what your people's told you to survive in here. You know what I'm saying? Your mom said, yo, don't open that door when I'm not home. Feel
right.
me? You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Those are tactics of survival in Marcy. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then there was people that your mom said, yo, you're gonna be at Miss John, you're gonna be over at Jay house until I get home. You're gonna be over at Miss Carter's house until you get home. You're gonna be over at Miss Betsy's house. So you got that kind of stuff. It's family, but it was rough too at the same time. But as a
Yeah,
kid, like I said, I just picture it like that. You know what I'm saying? And you have to learn from all of this, and then you got multiple different kinds of families and protection. So it's rough. You know what I'm saying? Like any other zone, you
yeah,
hold your own, but it was like it just was a lot more. It was a lot more. How you say, like, protection. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot more community. It was a lot more
yeah.
families. It was a lot like family would look out for family. People would it was a lot more of that going on. So
Hmm.
so Marcy would be tough, but it wasn't about you was protected a lot. So
Okay. How many siblings do you have, and do you know the story of how your parents ended up in the projects and how you ended up with your grandma?
well, I had two sisters and older brother. I'm the youngest out of four.
Okay.
Um, and I didn't really grow up. I grew up in another projects, like up the street from Marcy, in another projects actually before I got to
Oh,
Marcy.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Which kind of helped me out later on down the line where I knew both rivals. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I moved from the east side to the west side, and now I know all of them. So
Yeah.
I end up moving to Marcy and from another projects. And my sisters and brothers, like I said, I was the youngest, so they took care of the baby for a little while. Um, but getting into when I got to Marcy, it just had to grow up much faster. That's all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So did you have both of your parents like growing
Oh
up?
nah, well nah, I didn't have my single parent. Uh, but I always had mentor. Like I had a small family, like two uncles and shit like that. You know what I mean? Wasn't around. My mom was real. Like my mom was real. My mom was real. Like how would I say? Like our mothers was like down back in the '60s and '70s. You know what I'm saying? My mom's was really out there. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
like worked social clubs in that scene, in that action scene. So it seemed like the men that my mom was around that had me around was like gentlemen. Like they taught me a lot of shit.
Right. That was
You know what
square
I'm saying?
business.
I think that's how I got, I got more adapt faster to hustling than any other body because I just admire being around older men and hustlers and shit. My mom's always kept me around, respectful hustlers, gentlemen, like I said.
Right.
But I didn't know my grandma's raised me first and shit in Sumner, real strict, same grandma, from Big Mama that held the family down together. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That same story, that exact same story. Then when my grandma's passed and shit, you know what I'm saying? It was almost like um I was a teenager when my grandma's passed. It's like I took over the family from there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I
So
kind of
like,
took over my family. I've been taking care of my family since I was like 16, 17, 15, yeah.
so
Like
is that coming from like, did you not have the things that you needed as a kid, like growing up, the things you needed and wanted?
like I said, growing up, I never wanted for anything, man. Like as a
Okay.
kid,
Okay.
like my step pops, my mom's dated my stepfather and shit. My stepfather was that dude. He was a hustler, like one of the biggest hustlers
Yeah.
in
Okay.
Brooklyn. Um, so he kind of always had me around him,
Yeah.
right? But I always had a hustle. With being around them, I always had a hustle.
Yeah.
From 13, I started really like catching on to like the desire of having money.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like I knew how to hustle. I knew how to go to the grocery store, pack bags, get some money. You feel what I'm saying? My step pops had a social lounge, a club where I would be on the weekends and hang out on the weekends and clean up on the Saturday, Sunday, and then I would do his friends clubs. So and then I was just in that whole environment. I was in a whole fast environment,
Yeah.
where I'm gonna run numbers. I'm gonna have a newspaper route. Like it literally was nothing for me. I never ever was in need for anything. Everything after when I turned to 13, I don't never recall ever going school shopping again. My mom depended on for school shopping ever again. Going to
Yeah.
school with a couple of thousand in your pocket was nothing for me. I was the first
Yeah.
guy to buy Atari. Soon as Atari hit the market, I was that like I'm in the store spending my own
Yeah.
$500.
Yeah.
Like five
Yeah.
hundred dollars was a lot of bread back in,
Yeah.
I'm saying,
Yeah.
86. You know what
Yeah.
I'm
So you
saying?
was that
So
dude.
I was, what I'm saying, I always had. I'm never the one to say, yo, I grew up poor wanting this. Nah, never, never. Everything I had at a young age already. Like
Yeah.
just being in that
Okay.
that fast paced environment, I knew that money was power.
Yeah.
You feel me? I knew that money
Yeah.
was power, and it was just all about putting things together to get it.
Uh-huh.
Um, and it's funny that they used to always say stay in school. The OGs it was never they never wanted me to do anything they was doing. Like
Yeah.
if I'm running numbers, I see them counting on it. I'm like, yo, man, I got to learn how to do this. And they used to be like, nah, stay in school.
Right.
Stay
Right.
in
Right.
school, stay in school. The only thing I couldn't figure out was why y'all telling me to stay in school and I'm making money just every day doing this. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I was just turned on to the game real early. So coming up as a kid, that'll never be my story that, we was poor and this and that. Nah.
Yeah. So you was
So
good. You was good.
yeah, I was good, man. I was good. And
So
I was just fascinated. Like when I say this, when I bought that Tari, I like couldn't wait to go get it. My mom's like, "Damn, you gonna spend 500?" I want to tell you, 2 days later, after I bought that Atari, that shit was next door in J House, man. Like my mom's
yeah,
was
and
like, "What? Well,
that's the next question I got for you, man.
yo,
Uh,
uh-huh."
you stayed across the hall on the same floor as Jay-Z. What was day one like meeting the Carter family?
Like day one, what was day one meeting them?
Yeah.
I met Jay on some humbug shit. Like we was going to the same school, but
Okay.
they became, after, bro, they became family. Like I'm trying to tell you, if you living in a house, just say you living in a house with 24 bedrooms in it. That's how many apartments in my building. Let's just say
Okay.
you living in one house with 24 rooms in it, and on all those rooms is all sorts of different family. You know what I'm saying? So the same relationship I had with Jay family, he would have with mines. I would have with this person downstairs. The whole building is like that. I can go downstairs, the Bleak house, and his mom's and my sister. I could go down to this house. Like everybody was family. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it ain't no it's nothing. I wouldn't say like making a big deal out of it. That was just the normal. We all family in here. It's one building. It's one house. You know what I'm saying? Not to say everybody is to be trusted, but that's just how things was. So
Yeah,
me walking outside one door, going into the next door to his house is nothing. Me going, him coming to use the phone over here is no problem. It's like we all we got. We family. So,
right. That's
growing
real.
up with them, growing up with them is just, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not, my parents ain't home, I'm over there. If his parents not home, he over here. It's just that simple. That's what a day one is to me.
Yeah. No, that is. That is. You're right. So, was Jay-Z involved in beat catching like you, and what type of things did you and Jay-Z do as kids in Marcy Projects?
The same shit, man. The basketball, the sports, like, keep in mind, like I said, I mean, in my story, I always said, even if you saw the documentary, how I say, I always wanted a little brother. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And that's just what it was. After meeting him, we just turned into like you just couldn't separate us, man. It just was like that. Everything I'd done, he was gonna be doing. Or if he couldn't do it, he just couldn't do it. But everything I've done, he's gonna be doing. If so, we didn't really separate. We never left each other's side. You know how best friends are. You know what that
Yeah.
is. So coming up, we did the sports. We did it all. We did it all. Like we
So who
next door.
who was who was Jay talking about when he said, "I seen I seen hoop dreams deflate like a true fiend's weight." You know that I mean he had to be playing sports to say some shit like that. So
Oh yeah. Um, man, you could be around a lot to know a lot, to say a lot.
right.
You get what I'm saying?
No, that's
You
real.
ain't gotta you ain't gotta actually be doing a lot. You could be with the right people, the right crowd, and all of that shit, and see what's going on.
Yeah.
Um, but all that we wasn't it wasn't no tough lot of tough shit going on in our coming up with us, man. So a lot of that
Right.
should be just musically saying, he just crafty with words.
Right. Right. So what school were you attending before you started attending school with Jay-Z?
um I went to several different schools, whereas I was good at sports. So
Okay.
I kind of excelled and had a lot of better opportunities. Like I can't even remember even I left school in like 10th grade, and
Uh,
I can't even really explain to you how I got that far. But all I remember all the time is the coaches used to be like, "Just show up, just just show
yeah.
up. You're gonna pass. Just show up. You're gonna pass." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So basketball has opened some doors as far as with school, but I wasn't fascinated with school because of the money I was getting, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it didn't add
So
up.
so when did you and Jay-Z really jump in the streets like for us like jump off the porch?
When when I first started hustling and shit, selling drugs and shit. Like, I mean, he wasn't involved, but that opened once them doors opened up for me. I had to put him in. I had to get him involved with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, look, this is what it is. This is what I got. You know what I'm saying? So this is how I'm gonna get rid of it, and this is how we gonna get rid of it. And actually, the first time I ever had some drugs in my hand, I found.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? I found the nice package. You get what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, right.
And and when I found that package, I knew what to do because I was already groomed. I already seen around my stepfather. I already knew I was already groomed, right? To
Yeah.
how to get rid of it, who to talk to, and everything. But I wasn't groomed about how to maneuver the weight wise. You feel me? That
Hmm.
I didn't. I wasn't keen on how that works with the weight and ounces and quarters and this and that. That I didn't understand.
Right.
So I made some money off that first package, but I gave a lot away. I'll say that.
Uh-huh.
You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That package I found, I made some money, but I also gave a lot of that shit away where that shit created a clientele for me.
Yeah.
You feel me? And when that shit created a clientele for me, the doors opened up and I never like looked back from there and shit. You know what I'm saying? If you hear Jay when he said, yo, Spanish Jose, that was me, actually. That was my connect. That's who
Right. And, that-
really.
and that's one of the questions I got coming up. But before I ask you that, I want to ask you, in school, did Jay-Z get bullied like walking to school and shit like that? Like,
I
or,
mean, them. I
or like
mean, when
beat
I
up?
first, that's how I met Jay. You know what I'm saying? They was going to school and the gangs was harassing them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Harassing a lot of guys that was coming from the projects. We had to walk past a bunch of gang members.
Mm-hmm.
And I was fortunate that I used to walk to school with this other dude that taught me to, how to represent Marcy, and who taught me that I'm not to be punked and shit. You know what I'm saying? So when I was going to school with him, I was like, I used to see them and the shit. So after after a while, when I ran into Jay, I would tell him, yo, you should walk to school with us, man, because end of the day, you know what I'm saying? You live in my building. You don't have to deal with that and shit, because the gang dudes knew who I was and who my people was. And that right then and there, we just kind of never looked back from there. But yeah, we was going to that school and it was I used to see them all the time. That was
Yeah.
that was straight gang territory they had to go through and shit. You know what I mean? And I used to see how they used to chase niggas home from school and shit. But I used to be with this other younger dude than me, but he was tough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was the only dude I knew when I got to Marcy. He was like, yo, look, this is how we roll. You know what I'm saying? We don't get down. We not punks and this and that and the third. We don't run and this and that. He was younger than me, but he was just tough. He's go,
Right.
and then we
Right.
would walk to school and shit. That nigga be like, look, see how they running and doing this and going through their pockets and shit. They not gonna do us like that. And then the one day that they approached us and shit, my man kind of went flipped out on them niggas. They was scared of him. My man
Yeah.
wasn't having it. Shit. And then the next thing you know and shit, they was like, yo, man, we don't want no problems with you. And my man, like, yo, this is my cousin too. You don't want no problems with him neither, this and that. And once he showed me that, bro, and them doors open up like that and shit, it was my duty to tell Jay, yo, look, this is how we gonna do. We from the same building. You don't have to go through that. Just walk to
Yeah.
school with me.
Right. Right. So, what was your friendship like with Memphis Bleak? Like, because he was in the same projects.
Now I ain't have me was in the same building on the third floor. I mean, I ain't have no relationship with Bleak because Bleak is much younger than me. You know what I'm saying? But
Right. Right. Right.
I know when him from being in Pampers running around in the hallway. You get what I'm saying?
Type shit.
Like
Yeah.
that wasn't no relationship, but that would have been my little brother. I ain't gonna let you do nothing. You can't do nothing to him. He's
Yeah.
in my building. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna always look out for him. And his mother was my sister's best friend. So you know what I'm saying? That shit like Bleak would
Right.
be like a little brother of ours.
Right. So your mom and Jay-Z mom was best friends, basically.
Yeah, we was friends. Yeah, they was friends, man.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's what's up. That's
Yeah,
what's up.
yeah.
So, when did you when can you say that you actually got a first real shipment and you really like got some kilos in? What was that like?
When I got my first break, really,
Yeah, you got your first brick.
get your first break. Nah, it was beyond that because actually, man, it was wow. Actually, when I went to go get my first brick, I didn't even have enough money to get it. I
Yeah.
was hoping I was close enough for them to go here. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
um, it just fortunately, man, I was with the right with the right person at the right time. One of my homies, that's one of the original people that was with us.
Yeah.
So when Jay speak about the Rock Boys, I'm actually telling you about the Rock Boys, like one of the guys that used to be with us all the time. That's responsible. That I feel he plays a major role on where I'm
Was you
at
talking about
and where
Panama?
Jay. Yeah,
That
yeah.
dude. Yeah. Yeah.
You understand? So you know what I mean? Like I said, I ain't have enough for that shit, but I had Panama with me and shit. They didn't know that he was Panamanian and he spoke Spanish. But
Oh, okay.
so when they was talking, when I'm telling them, yo, I ain't got enough, but let me get, woo woo, and they conversating and shit in Spanish, Panama picked up and say some shit like, ah, next you know, son, I'm going back with my brick and another brick.
Damn.
Like, so I had a nice jump start in the game, you know what I'm saying? That I never looked back from there and shit. We never looked back from there. I can't
Right.
even explain to it's no amount that I ever seen. It's so much money.
Yeah.
We was young. We made
So
millions.
so so when you started your operation, how hand in hand was Jay-Z? Like for as like, distributing, cocaine.
I tell you this, right? I wouldn't say no hand in hand with Jay because everything that he done, and I already lined it up. If you understand, I already laid down the blueprint.
Yeah.
So if I sit here and I tell my peoples, yo, my peoples from St. Louis coming down here, right? His
Yeah.
name is Israel and shit, right? That's my folks. That's this, that. Treat him like you would treat me. That's how it is. Woo, woo, woo. Because I already put in this work here.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
Uh-huh.
they just, you know what I'm saying? So by the time you get here, Israel, they know what it is. So it ain't really like you breaking ground hand to hand. That's you didn't put
Nah,
in the
nah, nah. So,
trenches.
so basically I'm going off of your name.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Basically, you going off of my name and shit, and if that's how you got to put it, yeah. But I already laid down the groundwork. You feel me?
Right, right, right.
So
So you
with so when he get here, it's not really hand to hand no more. It's not okay,
it's
cool.
just
You
like he
Jr.
just going to he just going to pick up, drop off certain shit,
He going, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he would get busy. I'm not saying that. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't do it, but what I'm telling you is everywhere I got money everywhere that I asked him to come with me from Jersey to Maryland
It
to
was
here to
already
there.
set up.
I already did the put in the work for it already.
Yeah,
I already broke the groundwork. When he was in the studios doing this, I'm breaking ground, breaking territory.
yeah, yeah.
You feel me?
Real
So,
shit.
um, that's just who I was. That's what I was. That's what turned me on. That's what I was doing. That's why it's called a blueprint. I'm gonna lay it down, and you could come in and
Yeah,
land the plane.
that's
You know what I'm
real.
saying?
That's real.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not taking nothing from him. Like I'm telling you, like he would handle his business. I seen him handle
No,
this
no,
business
no,
when it was
no. You
time.
telling the truth. You just telling what
Yeah,
happened.
nah, because I don't want people. This is not my story is not a diss Jay Z story.
And I'm not
It's
here to bash Jay-Z with the questions. I'm here to tell
right,
your story.
right. My shit is so far from that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want people to get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? This is not no hate. I'm not anti Jay and none of that shit. I love them
Me
niggas.
either.
I'm on a whole. I'm just on a different. I'm on a different. I'm on a different vibe. Period.
That's
You know what I'm
real.
saying? I tell people this is a fucked up story. It's a bad story, but it's a great outcome when you see the choices I made and where I'm at right now. I'm good.
That's
So
real.
basically, I tell you my story on how you can handle certain same situations I went through when a friend really totally diss you or whatever. It ain't gotta really, how you can handle it and keep your head up.
That's real. That's
You know what I'm
real. So
saying?
we're gonna move on to the next
Right.
question. Can you talk about the time Jay-Z battled at a show when LL Cool J gave him his flowers?
Oh yeah, Queens. That's me. I'm glad at some point L did give him his flowers and up not too long ago and shit. I seen an interview. Yeah, I mean, bro, I followed this dude all over to his talent shows and all of this shit he used to get into. I used to, I'm gonna be there. You feel me? Say I'm gonna support my dude. You know what I'm saying? But
Right,
I
right,
remember
right,
going
right.
going to Queens, this, that, yeah. Jay did his thing. He did his thing, but coming from Brooklyn to that arena at that time, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah,
So, but it was decent. L gave him his props. You know what I mean? I think he won for him to be coming there doing, tearing that shit up the way he did.
yeah. And he
So
was battling the Queens rapper.
yeah. I forgot who the other Queens rappers was. They won. Some Queens rappers won though, but I forgot who they was though.
Yeah. So can you talk about Jay-Z moving the trend with you? And you saying his penmanship getting better as he got more things to talk about for us, like, being in the dope game with you.
Him coming in Trenton, man. That's what groomed us. That's what you said. That's
Yeah,
what he said. Right? Nah, that shit. It's crazy that just looking back and like at how just looking at how he wouldn't stop, bro. Not like I'm just telling you, like where he at right now, like it's not surprising to me because I seen it him putting in the work for this shit back then. You get what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
I seen it when it was at its rawest form, like when this shit was pure and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that was something he writing on everything. Like we used to stay with my aunt, you know what I'm saying? We all at my aunt crib. It's four of us in my aunt little
okay,
crib and shit. And that dude would write on everything, man. He'd write on anything. Like little bits. Every time I turn around, my aunt was like, yo, what is this on the matchbook? What is this over here? What is this on a piece of paper? Scribble, and you
right,
can't understand none of that shit. It looked like Chinese writing, but that nigga knew what it was. But you know what I'm saying? That's what he gonna be doing. That was his video game. Like that, like
yeah,
playing with that was his video game and shit. And when we hit Trenton and then, not too far while that's going on, Jazz is coming in the picture.
yeah.
You feel me? So
And is that
that
really
made
how
it,
Jay-Z got his name?
I believe so, man. Messing
I
with
mean,
Jazz. Yeah, I believe so.
it sound like, Jay-Z. I don't know. Do he got a J in his name at all? Sean Corey
Nah,
Carter?
nah, he ain't got no J in his name, but I don't know where that come from. I thought it was JJ from Good Times type of shit. I don't know really where that shit came from, but because even my aunt was calling him JJ and shit. So I
Oh,
don't know.
damn. Okay. Okay. I can see why. I can see that
I'm
though.
telling you.
That's crazy.
so, so
Right.
you
So
get it now. Good times,
yeah, I
JJ,
get it.
right?
Yeah, I definitely get it. For real.
All right. Yeah.
Man, it's crazy.
Oh.
So how did the other drug dealers take it when y'all opened up shop in Trend though?
Nah, man. Yo, bro. Man, I don't open up shop in many cities, man. It ain't got nothing. I ain't never have no problems because I bought money. I ain't come to take like certain niggas that wasn't getting no money. You could tell if I came to your city and y'all like your whole block, your niggas that be on your block, like, damn son, we ain't getting no money. Those niggas only want getting money. That's gonna create conflict.
Yeah.
I bring
So you
money.
spread it to love. You spread it to
Yeah,
love.
I'ma spread the love, my
Yeah.
nigga. I'ma spread love. I don't spread, I ain't condoning what I did is right, man. The drug shit is I'm not
Man,
condoning
but
that.
you
But what
broke
I'm
bread
telling
like Jesus did. You broke bread.
yeah, that boy niggas opportunities, niggas that never even seen money. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't never seen money, so that's not gonna create no problems. Long as if you could do that and stay away from they women, you gonna eat, my nigga.
That's real. That's real.
you go you gonna eat. So you know what I'm saying? I ain't have no problems. You gonna have some because that's just what the game is,
Yeah.
right? But It's all according on how you handle your business in this game and on how you gonna last. Oh, niggas felt some type of way, but I already had got so much love that they like, damn, son, we can't, his
Yeah,
people's is strong here. You know what I mean? Like, so I really never had no problems going to anywhere with niggas when it came to other drug deals because shit, they wasn't getting no real money until I got there.
yeah. Okay, okay. So how did you get a chance to be around Big Daddy Kane and other celebrities like that?
No, I wouldn't say that they were celebrities, nigga. We was listen, bro.
No,
Being
I'm
around
here, but going off
now,
of what
listen.
people think
I
today,
ain't get.
you know.
I'm just telling you, right? I ain't getting no vibe from them, really, right? Because
Yeah,
my thing was, why are we
y'all was the
sitting
niggas
around
with the
this?
money.
Why we? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I had money in my pocket already, like, and why I'm gonna sit around like I'm fantasizing with? Like, I didn't get it. Like we
Yeah,
would be at Kane. I remember sitting at Kane house and shit a couple of times, and what I'm gonna do, Sid, watch it. It just wasn't amazed to me. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I got business. I'm trying to be on the
right, right,
street.
right, right. Got a key
That,
to
you know what
sell.
I'm saying?
Shit,
Yeah, exactly.
for
But don't
real.
get me wrong. I've seen some things and been around some things that I did like and shit. You know what I mean? Being in the studios and meeting certain people, man. In the business. You know what I mean? I've been around Salt and Pepper and them and shit when they was really popping off and shit back then, and Fat Boys when she was dating Mark, and I was in the
Yeah,
studio with them before. It's just ironic that they didn't just know who I was. You know,
yeah,
that's all.
for
Yeah,
real.
they didn't know who I was, but it was cool. But I just didn't like. I don't know. That wasn't my thing, a hobby, but I just supported it because my dude into this shit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? My man do this shit. My little brother do this shit, man. Like, I'm all right, I'll go to studio. I'm tooling. Jazzo, I'll go to studio. That shit, I
yeah,
fly to some shows and shit and all of that support and shit, man. It was all, but when it came to be around a lot of them guys, I was just like, if they ain't, if it is what it is, I'd rather be somewhere else,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
you know?
So now you said you was making millions of dollars, man. You had to be getting like some big shipments in, man. Like what you think the biggest shipment if you can even recall that what's the most keys you probably touched?
See, being that my nigga, man, you gotta understand.
I'm listening,
When
I'm
you look at
listening,
my
OG.
charge papers, when you look at those charge papers on my shit, man, my shit is at the top of the top of the page, right? Because I
Yeah,
was really that guy. So
yeah,
I was really that guy, and I'm gonna tell you, I could have took a load of 50 of them. I could have took a load of 100 of them. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a one. I was running an operation. I was running an
yeah,
operation.
yeah.
So it's only I want people to understand that that shit ain't easy. That job, a kingpin job. You think it's fucking easy? You just think about
Right,
the
right.
money and the bitches and the gold. That's what you're thinking about. Nah, son, it's not that easy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it was only me
Yeah,
controlling shit.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just controlling
That's some
shit.
movie
So
shit too. That's like some movie shit.
right, my nigga. So when people ask me that, like, yo, what's the most and this and that? Well, the most I'm going to take this week, give me 20, give me 10. Like, I'm gonna
Yeah,
take 10. I'm gonna buy 10 or whatever because
because you need to
I
put
got,
some shit together the way you need to
you
put it
gotta
together.
figure out where you putting it, who you getting it, who's buying it, who's you putting it on a consignment, where you gonna put the money at. Yo, it's not this shit is like who's trying to rob you. Yo, making sure everybody eat.
Yeah,
So what they tagged me with on paper in my case said that it wasn't no limit. It was just like, can you understand? They said, could you understand what 85%? They said I was bringing in 85% of the cocaine that was coming on the Eastern Shore.
oh my God, man. Are you serious?
That's
That's
what's on record.
crazy. That's
right?
crazy.
So I mean, for me to be like, yo, I had 100 of them here, I had 100 of them there. I'm like, nah, man, I
Man,
was
that's bigger than it's bigger than that. Like
it's
that
bigger
shit,
than
yeah.
yeah.
The
So I
Eastern
didn't.
Shore?
I could have had a crew where yo, we gonna take 200, we gonna do this, and but it was only me
Yeah,
controlling shit. You know what I'm saying? And the only way I got to this level was I never changed my blueprint of hustling, my nigga.
yeah.
It was always about how I'm gonna make Israel rich so he can make me rich.
Man, that's the
That's why
smartest
when I
man
say
ever. You smart.
that's why when I tell you niggas ain't hate me because I brought money to the town. That means in my mind, I'm like, you know what I'm gonna do with these niggas? I'm gonna blow them the fuck up.
Yeah,
Right? That's gonna establish the trust. Once I put
right.
this money in their pocket, that's gonna trust. And once I get him where I need him, then I'll get mines on the back end.
Yeah, for
So
real.
about time, it's up to me to take you from that little 4 ounces to buying 4 bricks. That's what I need to
Man,
do. So now when I
man.
got 10, when I got 10 of y'all, now that I got 10 Emorys running around, you
Yeah,
get what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah. Man,
You
that's
know what I'm
another
saying?
story with the Emory
They all
Jones. Yeah,
bosses. They all
yeah,
bosses. That's all that matters. I make bosses and then I'll get mines on the back end. So
yeah,
now at this point, like I said, at this point, I got 10, all the 10 of y'all all spending over 100,000, 200,000 every, like,
man, it's crazy.
it just go on. But I got to make sure I got people that's on my team that got to eat. I got to make sure, like, yo,
It's one
looking
big
back at that
pyramid,
shit,
man.
I didn't get no sleep. uh Looking back on that shit, man, it's just puzzling. Like, yo, like
Yeah,
it's a 24-hour job, it's no the rewards. The only reward that you get out of that is, I don't know, is the time, the good times that you're gonna have, but it's a true bill. Ain't nothing in it but death and penitentiary.
yeah,
And that shit just ended in tormented, twisted relationships and friendships that it ruined.
yeah.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
how did
Look
you
at
go ahead, my bad, my bad.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Now I was gonna
Nah,
ask
I'm
you,
good.
how did you learn how to cook crack?
Damn, who told me that? Everybody learned from a crackhead.
Nah, for
Shit,
real, for
you
real.
you gotta get beat before you start knowing how to know what you're doing.
Straight up. That's how it
Yeah,
happened though.
yo. But honestly, I don't even think I got beat. Yo, well, you gotta get beat before you know what you're doing, man. That's just plain and simple.
For real.
You know, once you watch it enough and you can do it on your own, then you start looking at the whole trick to it. Like, oh man, I let her leave with the pot. The one that she asked for the pot.
Uh-huh. She scraping that
Yo,
motherfucker.
she said, you ain't
Scraping the
gotta
shit
pay
out the
me.
pot.
Just leave all the utensils and shit. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? You ain't gotta pay me. And he
Yeah.
like, God damn, I don't mind this shit because I came in here with 5 bricks and left with 7. And
Yeah.
still they pure.
Right. Nah, for real. But she scraping the pot like a motherfucker though.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. The game ain't changed. That shit is all across America. That story is everybody's story, man.
Right, right. So did Jay-Z really go to school with Biggie Smalls and Busta Rhymes?
Yeah. They
Oh,
all
okay.
went to the same school, bro. Like, they all were that's what's funny and shit. They all went to the same school too, bro. And um yeah, they did. That I guess that's just a coincidence that they all came back together in the future of things, right?
Right, right.
You know what I mean? Because I mean, I didn't know Buster and Biggie back in there then, so you know.
And you never didn't get a chance to meet either one of them back then at all?
Nah, not back then, nah, because well, those dudes was in the them dudes was into something else. I
Right,
was
right.
fucking with straight. I was fucking with straight street grimy niggas in the street that was you ain't even want to be bothered with. They was
Right,
only
right.
looking for trouble. I was going up there fucking with those niggas that was only looking for trouble. And you know what I'm saying? So I
That's
don't
real.
know what that Busted Biggie and them was doing. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
I was
real.
only with those niggas.
So how did Jay-Z handle Trenton, New Jersey when you left and expanded to Maryland?
Oh shit, man. We already did our our due diligence.
Right.
Like actually, man, I mean I left it wasn't nothing, man. Jay, like he had a system, man, that where he had a nice team of young niggas on him. He had a nice team of niggas getting money for him. He had a system. I just was one of them niggas. I'm going on the block. I'm gonna get rid of, I'm gonna do this myself. When we was in
Right.
Trenton, I was strictly a block nigga. Like I'm gonna get Jay. You got how many? He got 3,000 capsules. He gonna divvy them up with his team. I'm gonna get rid of the whole 3,000 myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Like I just had the rush for that. You know what I mean? I felt like how Mitch felt and paid in full. Like I love this shit.
Right, right, right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I guess Jay he wanted to be going back and forth to the studio, so he had to have that breakdown time. Because when
Uh-huh.
it was time to be like, yo, we going to get some more, he got all the money and he ain't put in no work, no equity.
Right, right,
He ain't
right,
got
right.
no sweat equity in his money at all.
Yeah, but he put it together though. He used his brain.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was smart doing this. He ain't gonna go for the physical challenge.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I'll take that on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even down to the one situation, we got into a shootout with niggas in there. Even down to the one situation, I'm
And,
not
and,
gonna
and
have him involved.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's another question. I got all that. We talking about all of that. So when you expanded your operation in Maryland, how much money were you making at the time, if you could say?
Man, Maryland was a
It's a gold mine.
Maryland. Yeah, that shit was like a fucking hitting the lottery, bro. Like that shit was hitting like a lottery. Like I couldn't sleep.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? I had, yo, I was like real young, and the people I was dealing with in Maryland was all old timers.
yeah.
Long old money and shit. You feel me?
Man,
And everything that I was coming with, them niggas was buying it all, buying it all, buying it all.
man.
You know what I'm saying? They
Love.
probably did that the first. They probably did that the first 5 trips down that
Yeah.
motherfucker. And mind you, when I say trips, after somebody bought that and somebody said they wanted one, I actually would go and turn around and like honestly, man, when they said what I was doing in my case, the judge even said, "Well, when was he getting any sleep?"
Damn.
It's like when was he getting any sleep? This thing was going to New York 4 and 5 times a week.
Yeah. Getting real money.
Yo, bro, I mean, yeah, Maryland was something. I mean, that's when I started seeing six figures. That's when I started seeing six figures. It was some kind of new money.
Damn. Man, that's lovely, man. So did you save Jay-Z life and did they get the drugs when you got robbed that time? And why did Jay-Z run?
Um,
Cause
oh
you was
shit, reasonable
struggling.
doubt.
You struggling, man. You struggling, man. Come on, man. My man's struggling, man. Trying to get the pipe from a nigga trying to kill him. I'm finna go get this nigga off my man's. In my eyes, but maybe it couldn't have happened like that. I wasn't there.
Um, it was some bullshit where my connect set me up. It was I went to go on, so on some spontaneous shit. We went to go get see these niggas. I never was going to fucking do any business with jury on and all this other shit. Jay was had on jury. Um, it was just like out of the ordinary for us to go, yo, let's stop and pick up a package before we go back to Trenton. And when we got there and shit, it just was all off. Went to my connect and shit, and my connect was stalling and shit, and it was just all off. But I was on point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And let you know, bro, when I step out the crib, step out the apartment after I seen my connect, they slammed the door on me and shit.
Damn.
And when they slammed the door on me and I look outside, I could look outside through the thing. I could see niggas outside, two niggas waiting outside and shit. And I'm like, all right, this shit about to go down. And I'm looking at Jay, and Jay got on the jury and shit. I'm like, whatever going to happen, we going out through these doors and shit. But them niggas was slow on it. When we got out there and shit, them niggas was already grabbed. They grabbed Jay in a little bit. In some way, I pushed Jay. Just push Jay out the way.
Yeah.
And when I did that, homeboy clapped me. He stuck
Damn.
that thing in my back. He ain't shoot me like bang. That nigga, he grabbed me from behind, put it in my back, and shot
Damn.
me. Right? But the whole thing to me was that when I pushed this nigga away was the only thing I can think of is two things. His mother ain't gonna forgive me, and my mother ain't gonna forgive me. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's what went through my mind because I've always his mom, I always when his mom when he started rolling with me out of town, his mom just said, make sure my baby all right, and that was a promise. You understand what I'm saying? And another thing, my mom would have never understood if I'd have let anything happen to him either. So that was a no-brainer to just get him out of there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when I pushed him off the set and homie clapped me, somehow I got my hands on the hand with the gun. Me and homie strapping. me and homie strapping. Jay ran and the other dude, homeboy, he ran when he heard the shot. And me and homeboy strapping now. I got his hand with the gun. We strapping and he's screaming for help. And his boy coming back now. And I just let it go and just try to run off the set. And I just ran off the set and let you know what I mean? I collapsed about 2 blocks down and shit. And let you know I'm in the hospital. I got in that cab. We get in the cab and shit to go to the hospital. We pull up. I
So you
said,
met back
yo,
up with
Johnny,
Jay? You found
yeah.
like
I met
okay.
I met back up with Jay 2 blocks and shit. And Jay like, yo, I heard a gun go off. You good? I'm like, I'm good, but something ain't right. Nigga, I'm out of breath. And I'm fumbling around in my back and shit. And I stuck my hand right in the hole. I said, oh shit. I said, yo, son, he clapped me. He was like, word. And that's when I just started passing out. I'll go in the fucking bodega and they like, nah, you got to get out of here, son. We don't need that
Damn.
in here. They threw me
Damn.
out the bodega. And then some girls and shit was looking out the window. They was like, baby, you want me to call the ambulance? I was like, yeah. But then some niggas started walking by. And then this nigga got on jury. I was just like, yo, Jay, we getting in the cab.
Yeah.
We got in the cab and shit. And I jumped in that cab. And I motherfucking pulled up to the hospital. I pulled that 400 grams out my pants, though. I had
Yeah.
like 400 grams in my pants. I gave that shit to him and said, yo, take that to the crib. And I'm going in this hospital and shit. And next I
Right,
wake
right.
up 3 days later. But yeah, that's definitely reasonable doubt, nigga.
So what was your recovery like in the hospital?
Grand. I felt like Kane, the menace to society. Like,
Yeah.
that come with the game, man. That's what I say in my book. You say like what would you say a graduation in the game? Like I graduated from that shit, and you could tell if you built for this shit through the stages that you go through. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like you get some like soon as they get caught with drugs and they get down to the county and they see what the county's like, it's a wrap. They'd be like, I'm not doing that shit no more. You feel me?
Yeah.
But then you got stages where like, yo, you go to prison and you go to there, you've been shot and you still maintaining the game. It's like, you built for this shit, you know? But the recovery is just like, yo, okay, what's next? This shit don't stop me. This shit only going and turn shit up.
Yeah. So while you was in recovery, was Jay-Z taking care of business, or what was going on with him?
Well, when I got back home, shit tripled. Yo,
Damn.
hey, yo, listen, I'm not, yo. One thing about him, like, I don't get it. He got his own method, bro. He got his own method. But one thing about niggas on the block, they be like, yo, your brother tight, man. Your brother's tight. Glad to have you
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Glad to have you back. You know what
Right.
I'm
Right.
saying? Glad to have you back. I'm like, oh shit. But yeah, man, like I said, oh shit, his business gonna get handled. That's not gonna be a problem.
Yeah. What was the ticket y'all was getting on the bricks, man? What was y'all paying a brick?
You know, the lowest I paid probably was 18. The highest I ever paid was somewhere about 24, 25.
Damn.
You know,
18 a
depending on
brick
the
though.
season,
Damn.
you know, depending on the season and shit like that, man. Because one thing I know though, I didn't have I ain't have nobody around me to open up my eyes to other states to say, yo, you should
Yeah.
go to Miami, yo, you
Right.
know what I mean? Like I would have been open for it. You know, I already know. But I just never, when I started, as the game progressed and years later, I had started hearing niggas was getting them out from Texas and this and that, that it was so many other places that I could have been going where I could have been like, damn, I would have never had to leave New York,
Yeah.
but nah, the lowest I probably got them shits, yes, 18, something like that. The highest 25, something like that. It fluctuates. I've seen
Yeah.
times where that shit go dry and you just you might be paying 40 for one of them motherfuckers. So,
Damn. Back then, y'all could have paid 40 for a brick back then.
I seen droughts where you can but you go I seen droughts like that, man.
Damn.
It's been droughts like that over the years. It's been droughts like that with marijuana before they started
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
growing that much. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So
Right. No, real
it's
shit.
been droughts before, man, where the government, like, man, we just not letting none of that shit in.
Yeah. Yeah. So who is Emory Jones to you?
Emory was like a little, not like I wouldn't say a J, but one of my right hand mans that I connected with when I got in Maryland, man. He was one of my right hand mans that I connected with. Around. He was he was a good young dude, man. I mean, 14, 15 or some shit.
Yeah.
And I linked on to Emory before, Jay even got there. Like I said, all that shit was already mapped out.
Right. So you put them
Me
you
and
put them together basically.
yeah, same shit. By the time Jay got down there, Emory probably was expecting him or already knew or heard from him or these. I probably took Emory to the crib in Trenton a couple of times. So them two
Yeah.
were going to click it off.
Yeah. How many people did you make rich? And can you talk about the incarceration in 1998 in North Carolina? How did that happen?
I tell you this. When I say I made somebody rich, I mean rich, rich. Where I mean I know these dudes, these niggas was definitely spending $250,000 and shit like that. I can say I made about 10, 10 niggas rich, right? And I'm gonna tell you, 8 out of the 10 of them was on the stand testifying against
Damn,
me.
that's crazy.
Now I can tell
Same
you
niggas
that
you
for
broke
for a
bread with.
fact. For a fact, 10 motherfuckers that I made rich. I ain't do nothing but make them rich. You know what I'm saying? And 8 out of 10 of them was on the stand testifying against
Judas. Judas,
you
Judas,
know.
Judas.
that's that's the game. That's what the game result to. You know what I'm saying? That's what it
So
results to.
how did the feds catch up with you in North Carolina if you had stopped for a couple years? If you stopped hustling,
Cause
like what happened?
because they knew my name was still effective. My name was still effective from back then. You know what I'm
Damn.
saying? That's all they ever knew was me. But I already had left. You know what I'm saying? The police knew who I was. I already had left. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a guy, man, for real. Like it don't take a gut feeling. Yeah, I'm a react on all my gut feelings, and I've always been right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I've always had a mutual respect. I had respect for police. You know what I'm saying? And to a point where police would take for instance, police pull me over one night and say, "Listen, man, I know what you're doing out projects over there. I know who your girl is. I went to school with her, and I know this and I know this. And I'm just telling you, man, if you don't stop what you're doing, you're gonna find your door off the hinges about 3 in the morning."
Mm.
I don't think that is a sign of diss. That's a sign of respect. You feel me?
It is. It is. He gave you a
Because guess
warning.
what? 24 hours later, that apartment was empty. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a sign of respect. You feel me? I ain't, if you came around that corner and one of them saw me on the block, when they came back around, I ain't there.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of respect that the police used to really respect me. I've been pulled over and them motherfuckers tell me, yo, make sure you tell Panama man get his license straight, man, and this and that. Like, they ain't hate on me. People understand, like, police be fascinated with our lifestyles. Just because they police don't mean they just want to lock you up.
Right. Shit.
Them
They
niggas pull me
see money.
over. They pulled me over. I got $300,000 on the back seat. They pulled me over just to see what inside a Lexus looked like.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
Yeah.
D man, let me see what this thing like, man. But I wasn't scared to carry no money, but I'm just looking at him like, yo, you know, police be fascinated with our lifestyles sometimes too, bro. They young,
Yeah.
you
So
know.
what
So
made you
what?
what was you gonna say? No, I was gonna say, what made you stop hustling, and can you talk about Jay-Z going behind your back while you was in prison and almost getting killed?
What made me stop hustling was the right lady. You know what I'm saying? When you got the right lady in your corner and shit, that's the type of shit that's gonna happen. One
You
night I
right.
was just fucking. One night I was just counting money and shit. Used to always count money late night and shit when I was trying, to get the money, get this shit right. And it take you fucking 3 and 4 days to count out, 700,000 and shit. You be counting for days. So,
Yeah.
one night I was counting and she came in the room and saw that shit. And she's like, yo, all this money yours? I was like, no. I owe the connect 400,000 of this.
Yeah.
And she like, oh. And then I'm like, but this is what I owe. So I go in the closet and I bust open the vacuum. I had a knockoff vacuum cleaner and shit, and I got 300 and close to 400,000 in there that belonged to me.
Yeah.
And she like, yo, we had a talk. She like, yo, what we doing this shit? What is enough enough? She
Right.
like, you know what I'm saying? We straight. We straight. Like, what the fuck? Like, we got
Yeah.
cars, we got businesses. What the fuck? And that shit really opened my eyes and turned me off. I swear, like, less than 48 hours, I was telling everybody else, yo, y'all gonna need to fucking find something to do.
Yeah.
Y'all
No,
gonna
that's
find something to
real.
do. And sure enough, damn near 4 years after that, man, the motherfuckers came and got me.
Man.
So yeah, so
How much time
but
you end up
that's
doing?
that's why I end up beating that case
Uh,
because really they didn't really start an investigation until I left anyway.
damn.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't in nothing. They didn't have anything but those
You was,
ain't
man, that was a
motherfuckers
blessing.
telling. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And then my lawyer, I had a shitty lawyer. He was telling me, yo, if I could get you 20 years, could if I could get you 20 years, would you consider 20? I'm like, what? Nigga, I'm 40 almost. You talking about doing 20?
Right,
Like, we not doing this shit, you
right,
know? Nah, we gonna fight, my nigga. And let me see. You telling me this before I even get to see what they got.
right, right.
And that's you know, man, I seen what they got, man, and I'm like, man, we gonna fight, my nigga. You do what I tell you to do, and we gonna fight. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I ain't end up doing. I started, I ain't end up doing no Fed time at all. I end up getting
That's what's
around
up.
that shit.
That's
And the
what's up.
feds got who they wanted to get, and everybody took their time, and I ended up, on my side. But the fact of the matter, you know, um, I ain't get no help.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That kind of hurt our friendship with Jay, because when I needed him the most, when I needed him the most, you know what I'm saying? He said he would be there. He told me this. He looked me in my face, said, "Yo, don't worry about it. I got
Uh,
you." And we ain't seen each other yet.
and that's crazy, man. And so, like
You
I
know what
said,
I'm
what
saying?
happened? Go ahead, OG.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, and some people be wanting to ask what's my beef and what was my gripe and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff like that happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
We
then,
just finished we just finished talking about how I would save his life, and how I got down, what
right.
sacrifice I'm willing to do. And here we are in the same conversation, and I'm telling you, when the shoe is on the other foot, it don't work that way all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, that's just how it is.
So what made you think what made you think what's the reason why you think he went behind your back when you was in jail and try to deal with the deal
Yeah,
with the plug?
I really don't know. I can't speak for him. I don't. I only know of being like greed. Like, I don't know nothing other than that. Or I can't speak for why he did that. I know the repercussions could have been a lot worse.
Yeah,
See, and it was it's no repercussions because of me still. But I'm
yeah,
just saying you know what I mean. I can't think in the logic. He got too much money to answer that question. What? Why would he do that? Nobody asking him that.
yeah. And he almost got killed or
Yeah,
shot. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it
Well,
could have been a
he talked about
catastrophe.
the shit. 3 shots couldn't touch me. Thank God for that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
You know, you know what I'm saying? But it didn't happen. So, it didn't happen, and it got resolved, but you still gotta own up to your shit. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
You can't be throwing rocks and hide your hand
Yeah,
because you got some bread. That don't mean that shit don't mean nothing where we from, and you ought to know that. That's how you figure the game changed. Cause these niggas respect that shit.
right. Yeah, it's crazy. So did you ever talk to Jay-Z after the shooting incident? Like for us him getting shot at?
We good?
I don't know what happened. I can't see you.
Huh?
Uh, did somebody call you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah. But let's keep going though. Did you ever talk to Jay-Z after the shooting? When he got the
nah,
shot
we
shot at
we
him.
we never spoke again. Everything after that he put on record. Damn,
Yeah.
why it freeze up like that? It's just gonna stay like that now?
Uh, I think so. I think we good though. I think we we can finish it up. We
All
got
right,
fans on here. Where did Rockefeller start and where did you meet Dame Dash?
I met Dame through Jay. You know what I'm saying? Jay bring him to me. Say, yo, this is Dame, and this is what he could do. This is what he do. Yo, he good folks and shit. Okay. I'm all for it, nigga. If he for the cause, I'm for it. What you need me to do? That's my relationship. My relationship with Dame is, yeah, okay. Dame asked me, yo, can you help me put this together? Yeah, I can help you put this together. And I help put this together, and that's it. And next you know, that's another one. Like, hey, when I needed him, there was nowhere for him to be found.
Damn. And what other kind of business did y'all have together? Like as far as like putting the Rockefeller together.
No other business. My business was strictly out here on these streets. I ain't
Yeah,
have no other business.
right. So now you said you was at Dame Dash house when Reasonable Doubt album came in. Can you recall that situation?
I recall it. Yes, I'm at Dame House, talking business at Dame House, and he say, "Yo, I'll be right back." He come upstairs for UPS man. He hand him that shit. Man, and he was, man. I think he might have jerked off when I left. When I left, happy as he was, because he was like, It's over." He knew in his head, it's over. This is what we need. It's over, and I ain't. He ain't looked back since.
Right.
It's over. You know what I mean?
Damn.
He was happy about that shit. This is what he's dreamed about and shit. And I'm just so glad to see, the help, the be opportunity to help niggas.
Yeah, man. So how did you feel when Jay-Z mentioned you on the record when he said Dehaven introduced me to the game, man? How did that feel like when you first heard that?
I was tearing the streets up. that shit, my stocks went all the way up. Like everything was it was all good, man. It's an honor. It was an honor that
Yeah,
your man talk about you like that, because in reality, it's it's either a shout out, right? Or you
yeah,
letting the masses know that I fuck with a real nigga out here.
that's real.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You could take it either way. Like they use your name, they could use your name and credibility in their music, and it helps them.
Mm-hmm.
Same way that shit helps me. Like, okay, cool, nigga. Like, yo, he mentioned your name. Yeah. Why? Why wouldn't he want to attach his name to greatness?
Nah, for real.
That's it. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, that's all love. He put that whole reasonable doubt is about our lives. That's dope. But
Man.
say what it is.
And it gotta be man, it gotta be documented, man, everywhere, man. This shit crazy. I feel like you gotta shoot a movie about this shit, man. For
Shh, we
real.
working, we working, we working, baby. We working. It's coming.
Yeah,
Coming first quarter next year, man. I got a lot of opportunity going on. I got a lot of stuff I've got coming out. Like I said, man, this book has been long awaited
yeah,
for the past. I've just been trying to wrap my mind about how to end it.
yeah,
And I finally came to an ending with this on how I feel, how I wanted to end this out and make this look real good, man. It's just gonna be dope, man. We got some good things going on. As far as that, everything we talked about, yes, we should be seeing that on the screen.
yeah. Real spill.
You know what I'm
Real spill.
saying?
So
I would like to come out, like I said, me and you talked about me coming out there, man. I
oh
definitely
yeah, we
going to
gonna we
start
gonna
my
make that happen. We making that happen for
yeah.
sure. For sure.
I'm definitely want to start them screenings back up again, man. That would be a fresh start to come out there. And this is, like I said, this is just to talk about my life and shit and what
Yeah.
I, experience. Um, it'll be dope, man. So I'm glad, man, that that's something that we could be working on.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. Why do you feel Jay-Z left you stranded? And what made him say that you made a statement, man? Like, fuck the haven for caving. You know what I'm saying? Made men ain't supposed to make statements. Like, what made him say that shit like that? Like when we all know if you made a statement, it would be in black and white.
Yeah. That's anger. That's just displaying that he angry about some things that I've been saying, which been facts. Everybody know that caving shit don't mean no snitching shit. It really,
Yeah.
you know, it's about me going public to the internet. It's about me voicing my story to the internet. You know, and if I don't do this, I see that these guys will change the narrative to my story.
And right,
So
and
I
try to
have to
rewrite
stay,
history.
yes, I have to stay vocal about who I am, what position I played, because I'm working on something. I
That's
can't work
real.
on no project and you over there telling me you never known me in record. You like, I never known that nigga. That don't even go right with my story. So it's conflicted and making
Mm-hmm.
me look bad. So,
Yeah.
that's how that works. But yeah,
Did you have any friendship with Biggs Burke? And why you feel like they try to lead you off the dynasty, man, the Rockefeller dynasty, man? Because without you, it wouldn't be no Rockefeller.
I mean, because you know what, man, I just say this. I wasn't never, you see how everywhere I went, I provided an opportunity for my man?
Yeah,
Well, I ain't get that. I ain't get that on no level. Like I never got invited to that. It's
yeah,
almost seemed like nah, we don't even I don't know. I never got invited. I never got that initial like, yo, bro, you ain't gotta fuck with that no more. You could come over here. You good now. Let me do this. I never got an invite to that to that business.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So obviously either niggas ain't want me in it or they just wanted to be somebody that they can be while I'm not around. I don't know how that shit works, but you know, what I do know the end of the story is, what God had for me, he got for me, and what God had for him, he got for him. You know what I'm saying?
that's real. That's real. Okay, we gonna speak about the love. Oh man, Jay-Z responded to you on that, man. What's your reaction?
Which one? Love all is what? Drake?
Yeah, the record with Drake.
Um,
What was your reaction when you heard that?
that he paying attention to me, that he watches what I do. That helps with the audience of saying, yo, who is this guy? We don't know. Jay never respond to you. You nobody. That just clarify that, he's watching. He looks. He watching.
Yeah,
With the statement he said, it's not true. If it's true, uh, why he get to say stuff like that and they don't ask no questions about it.
right, right. Like niggas wanted to kill me, and you want
We
to be friendly.
Yeah, who's gonna ask him about, well, what do you mean like that? Instead of me answering this question, like honestly, who he make these songs and make these things, but they don't ask him about it.
Right, right. Yeah, somebody
So
it got to be asked though. He it definitely got to be spoken on, man. And I feel like, man, for him to respond to you, he definitely is paying attention, man. And maybe you never know, man. It might be one of them days where he might want to, get a sit down with you and rehash some
yeah,
shit, because it was real love
right. I
behind
mean,
this shit.
right. So I mean, that door is always going to be open, bro. But I ain't going to look for nobody, and I ain't doing that. And I ain't with that kind of thing. But
Right, right.
the door is always open up, man. They got more opportunity to get to me than I do to get to them. So it mainly be those guys that be the whole. They don't want it, and it's cool. You don't
Yeah,
like. In my story, I say, yo, for real, it is a time when people only can come in your life for a certain reason and they gone. And you just gotta know how to deal with it or how it works. But you know what I'm saying? He don't never have to say nothing ever again. And that's it is what it is.
yeah. That's real. That's
But
real. So what? What?
that's family. I would never like. I don't hate on them niggas. I don't wish no harm. I don't want nothing to happen to them. Cause as far as I'm concerned, that the farther he go, the farther I go. Nigga, you can't erase me.
At all?
Yo, you can't race me. So I want you to shoot for the moon, my nigga. Try trillionaire. I want you to
Yeah.
be a trillionaire. I want my name to be attached to a trillionaire because it's
And that's
attached
what
to
I
a
was gonna
billionaire.
ask you, man. I was gonna ask you, how do it feel, being that you molded a billionaire, man? Like I feel like you molded him into a billionaire, not saying like you the one made him, do whatever he did, but it's like you kind of did because you instilled that in him. You showed him the way to go. You showed him the ropes.
yo, it's almost like your boy getting drafted. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? A first round pick, you know what I mean? But you just, he gonna go on without you. That's how I feel.
man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, man, I don't want to train with this nigga. I don't want shot ball in the gym with him. But it's sad. Yo, like I said, man, you gotta figure it out your own, your
Right,
own way of how shit plays out, man. You know what I mean?
right. Would you do
That's
everything
how I
over?
feel. Huh?
If you had a chance, would you go back and do everything again, or would you just change everything, knowing what's going on now?
Nah. I need this. I need this. I need this knowledge and wisdom that I learned. I need this growth that I transformed to and who I am now. I needed this. So for me to change it, I don't know where I would change it. I needed
Yeah,
to go through that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn,
right.
to make me a better person than who I am today.
Yeah, and with that being said, looking back, where do you think you went wrong with Jay at, man? In your eyes,
Where I think where I think I went wrong,
what the situation where everything went wrong at? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where it's like no
I
point of no
think
return.
everything went wrong with lack of communication.
Yeah,
It went wrong because lack of communication.
that's real.
That's where it all go wrong. Like everything could have just had a conversation and then when I'm like, oh, okay. All nigga had to do is say, shit, nigga, you gonna leave that out on the street? You need me? It's been, boom. Same thing,
Right,
same protocol. You know what I'm
and,
saying? And
that's
that's
real.
where it went wrong.
And
Where,
was
niggas.
that your message that you was giving on Marcy Made?
Nah, well, my message on Marcy May was really to establish to the people that I am connected to these people. Like I'm not. This is not no nigga that met these niggas over here and this and that. I just wanted to people that show people how deep involved we are. Like this ain't the normal. This ain't beef. This ain't
Yeah,
no drama. I'm not looking for them because if beef and drama, I'm looking for you, and they looking for me.
right.
This is normal. This is life and
No,
how
that's
you got to
real.
deal with certain situations. That's all. That's what this is, man. It's just a bunch of shit that could go wrong when you fucking around in these streets.
Yeah,
And that's what my story is about, really. That's what I do speaking engagements on about where this shit, how this shit can go wrong in the streets, and you think you got a friendship. What it do to a friendship,
yeah. So where can
you
the
know?
fans find Marcy Made series at?
Yo, man, they can find Marcy Made on YouTube. You can find it on Tubi. You can show some love and buy it on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? Like the support is, St. Louis, y'all don't even understand. The support is necessary. I don't ask people to send me bread. All this money, the production money, all this shit come out my pocket that I work for. I don't ask people to ask for money and all that, just for some of your time. Share Marcy May's IG page, share the story, man, share the story. So that way when I come out there, man, y'all already be in tune.
For sure, for sure.
You
Any
understand what I'm saying?
sponsors? Oh, go
Huh?
ahead, OG. Go ahead. I was just gonna ask you, any sponsors or merch you want to represent?
Um, all Marcy made is staying true to myself. But support, see me win, and share this live, man. Share this story, share this. I'm looking for more platforms to go on to talk. This to get my story out there. And like I said, it's love, man. I'm glad that you guys are even interested out there in St. Louis, man. And I'm sure that my story over here is the same story as somebody got over there.
No, that's real. That's real. Okay. This question I ask everybody before we get out of here. What's your top 5 favorite artists if you have any?
Oh man, we gonna go with first and four, we gotta go with Hov.
Shout out Hov.
Then we gonna go with Tupac.
Rest up, Tupac.
Then Biggie,
Okay, rest up, Biggie.
Kendrick,
Okay, shout out Kendrick.
H. Never Sims.
Okay, okay. For sure, that's a dope top five. Crazy top
Yeah,
five.
yeah, top five right there, man. Yeah. But yeah, I appreciate you, man, Israel, man. It's been dope, man. I'm looking forward to me. I know we're gonna holler about this next thing we get ready to
Oh,
pop
for
off.
sure. Yeah, yeah. We finna make that happen for sure. I got one more question. Do you still talk to Panama?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I still
Okay.
talk to Panama.
Yeah. You there? OG. This is another episode of When I
I'm
Fell
here.
in Love. Yeah, okay, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
but yeah, I appreciate you for having me, man. Shout out to when I fell in love with hip hop, bro. That's dope, bro. When I fell in
Man,
love.
it's all love, man. Shout out to you, OG. I appreciate you coming on the platform, man. We're gonna keep this thing moving. We're gonna keep on spreading the Marcy May series, man. You know, we're gonna get you
Thank you,
down
man.
here, man. And hopefully, man, we can do some real business.
We are. I hear you on. I
You went out, I can't hear you, OG. Yo,
Yeah, I don't know why that shit keep going out, but I'm out then, bro.
yeah, I'm gonna hit you on the cell.
All right.
All
All
right,
right.
one. This is another episode of When I Fell in Love with Hip Hop. I am your show host, Israel Picasso. We tuning live from St. Louis, Missouri. We out of here. Peace.